everyone, Brenda Hillard here. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I can be found at createwithbrenda.com. So today's episode is a really elegant Christmas card using the poinsettia petals and the dies, and then it also uses the rectangular stitch dies. So let's tip down to my workspace and I'll show you what I have in store for you tonight. Kind of fun. Okay, sorry, that took a little bit to get that to switch over. So here's the card we're going to be making tonight. This card was inspired by a fellow demonstrator, and we did a holiday card swap using one of we could pick any set from the August through December mini, and this card is really, really breathtaking in person. This is the red velvet 12 by 12 paper. The pearled jewel in the center. It's got the real red sheer ribbon and some silver foil die cuts. And then, I don't know if you can see it or not, but in the back, behind the poinsettia, is a piece of the Plush poinsettia specialty paper. So that, my friends, is gorgeous. It's the only way I can describe it is it's flocked. That's what it is. The sheets in here, and it's a great deal. You get 6 sheets, 6 12 by 12 sheets. So there's 3 with this poinsettia print, and then there's 3 of the, and I don't know what you call this. I kind of call it like a scroll pattern, but this is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So let's get started with the project. And so what you're going to need is a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I used the thick cardstock for the base, and that measures 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. So we're going to fold, make sure our edges are even. Take our bone folder so we get that super crisp crease in our card, and I'm just going to set that aside for right now. The next part of this is you're going to need, and I've already put this together, sorry, I shouldn't have done that. This piece measures 4 by 5 1/4, and then I added the poinsettia vellum, and this vellum I used a 2 by 5 1/4 piece that's laid on here, and then I just simply wrapped the red sheer ribbon around the middle. Okay, so that's going to be our next layer. Then I die cut using the rectangle stitched framelits, and I used 1 2 3 4, the 5th rectangle out gives you this size die piece. And then I will be using this Poinsettia Petals stamp set because I love this sentiment, and it's May the Magic and Wonder bloom this holiday. I just think that's so pretty. And then on the inside of my card, I stamped Merry Christmas, and I love that script font. And then I just die cut a small red velvet poinsettia. So there's that. All right, so we're going to use our acrylic blocks. I have my stamps mounted up on the blocks. These just peel, and we're going to need the Real Red ink pad. I had pre-done the leaves, and I used shaded, I took garden green ink on shaded spruce cardstock, and I love how the leaves turned out color-wise. So there's 2 of those. And then I wanted to share with you, and I don't know who to give credit to, but they talked to me, or I saw them using the poinsettia dies. These dies are really, really cool because you've got the outside piece here that cuts, but you have this inside piece with just the petals that embosses. So when you run it through your die cutting machine, you get, I don't know if my camera is going to pick it up or not, but you can see the actual veins in the leaves on the velvet. It is kind of hard to keep these lined up on your die cutting machine. And so is what they did is, you know, the press and seal, like the cling wrap press and seal, you lay your dies down on the press and seal to hold them in place. And then when you go to cut, you just, I mean, they stay together. I did that with all 3 of the poinsettia petals, and I mean, you can use it over and over and over again, and you don't have to line it up every time. So I was kind of impressed with how well that worked and how easy it made it to use these dies. And that works really well for the leaves as well, because they're the same thing. They have the outside frame for cutting, and then they have the inside piece for the embossing. So the cling wrap works. See how it just kind of takes a while to get them lined up. So that was a real time saver for doing these cards. All right, so you have your big petal, medium size, little, and I put these together using the glue dots. I found that they held well, and you just offset these when you lay them together. Like so. And then they're pretty flat when you do that. So I just liked giving each of the actually the middle layer and the top layer just a little push, and it gives the flower a little dimension. Can you see that? And then to add the this beaded pearl center, I did put like 3 of the glue dots, like 1 on each of the pearls, just because I wanted some real staying power. This piece in the middle is quite bulky, and it's heavy. So to be totally honest, these aren't really good mailing cards, but with a little bit of bubble wrap in the envelope, they do go through the mail just fine. All right, so there's our flower. And I told you that I die cut some of the silver foil foliage, and that too, that die is here in the set. This one. There are really good dies in this set. Now I've misplaced one of my silver pieces. So let me see if I can find it. If not, we'll just make it without. We'll make it work. All right, so let's open up our Real Red ink. And I'm going to bring in our stitched rectangle here. I've got the May Magic and Wonder Bloom This Holiday mounted on my block. I'm going to tap. I always say it's tap, tap, tap 3 times. And I'm still a huffer. I just breathe out on the stamp, adding some moisture. And then I center and I press down and I count to 5. And that just gives the ink time to absorb or penetrate into the paper. So there's our sentiment. While we've got the ink out, I'm going to bring back oh, maybe I'm not. Oh, yes, I am. I'm going to bring in the Merry Christmas from the stamp set. And remember me saying I love that font. So I'm doing the tap, tap, tap. I'm going to breathe out, adding moisture to the stamp. I'm going to press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lift. And there I have my beautiful sentiment. All right, then I have my tiny little poinsettia. So we'll bring our glue dots back in. Add one to the center. And then just add it to the inside of our card. All right, and I always like to decorate the inside of the card as well as the outside of the card. So now we're going to bring in our poinsettia, and I'm going to add a glue dot to the front side of one of our leaves, and I'm just going to place that on our poinsettia at a little bit of an angle there. I'll grab our other leaf and do the same, just adding the glue dot at the base of the leaf. I'm going to have that come out down here at the bottom so I get kind of this long, maybe call it a spray. And then I'm going to add a glue dot to our silver foil sprig. And I want that to overlay on the green just a little bit and then peeking out of the red. And like I said, I had 2 of those, and where it went, nobody knows. So we're going to go with 1 on this one. I'm going to add some Stampin' Dimensionals to the back of my stitched rectangular piece here. And I always do 5, and I think it's because I live in Minnesota and it's humid and everything sags in the summer. But it is not summer. It started snowing last Tuesday and it really kind of hasn't stopped since. So I think the snow might be here to stay for a while. We'll see. I'm an avid ice fisher person. I am the queen of my ice castles. So I may be recording live from my from my fish house this winter. We'll see. All right, so I added that to our layer that we had done earlier, and now again I'm going to add some more dimensionals to the back of this, because you know it's one of those things, can you ever have too many dimensionals on one card? And my answer to that is always no. All right, so taking the backings off, I'm just going to do the tone on tone, the white on white, and voila. Look what I found. It's my other foil piece. It's not too late. I can still put it on. All right. So I'm adding a glue dot to the front, and then I'm just going to slide it up underneath here and give it a press. Ooh, I'm glad I found it because it needed that other one. So there's that poinsettia. This red velvet is just so rich and so beautiful looking. I hope you'll give it a try. It's a super fun card. All right, everybody. I'll put the products and the measurements in the description below. Be sure to hit subscribe. I always love new subscribers. I watch to see how my subscriber count is doing, and also you get notifications of all of my my new posts, my new episodes. So subscribe, leave me comments. If there's something that you want to see that I haven't done and I can do, I would be happy to show you. Have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.